tell you guys something. If we're fucking failing the kids, and let me tell you some shit, we are most certainly failing the fucking kids. We're failing in, our fucking generation. We're failing our fucking species. We're failing the fucking world. We're failing our whole entire purpose. Because our purpose is, there's so many fucking purposes, but our purpose is to be able to teach our kids what's right, the natural way of the world. We're supposed to leave a great impact, a great world for our kids, so our kids can have that great impact left for them, so then they can build upon that and leave it for the next generation and keep building upon that shit, so the world can keep becoming greater and greater and better for the next generations to come. But yet, here we are in this current generation, and our kids are all thugged out, all pimped out. They're fucking stunting guns and pretending to be all fucking tough like they're in fucking gangs and all this shit. And this is the fucking problem that we're fucking dealing with. Remember that these kids are gonna be the next ones to run the world, and what they do with the world, that fucking matters. And look at the kids in this generation who are all pimped out, all thugged out, pretending to be in gangs and shit. You want this shit to be running the world? You think that this is the key and this is it, and is saving the world and making it a better fucking place? Are you fucking kidding me? The whole point of of life is to make it better for the next generation, so when they come into a better generation, they can build upon that and make it even better for the next generation and better for the next generation, and so on and so forth. But we're just going backward. We're pushing ourselves millions of years back, if it fucking feels like. And because the kids are going to be running the world one day, and these kids that we have nowadays are all pimped out, thugged out, pretending to be in fucking gangs. What the fuck do you think is going to happen in the future when they have the power to fucking run the world? What happens when they fucking, imagine they cut their cartels loose, and they start fucking just coming everywhere, and the cartels are already fucking on the loose. But now these fucking kids are going to act like they're fucking part of the cartels, and they're going to make shit even fucking worse than it already fucking is. And how the fuck could it get even worse than it already fucking is now? Telling you guys, if we don't get this shit under control and start teaching kids what's fucking right, the natural way of things, and just teaching them, getting us back to the basics of the world, we are royally fucked, because we're not going in the right direction. We're going toward a path where Rome went. Rome started out fucking great, and then what happened to Rome? It collapsed, it got destroyed, and that was it. Goodbye at the end, never to be seen from again. That was it. We're literally on a war path going toward that same direction as we speak in current America, which is like current fucking Rome. Like, do you people not see this shit? And you don't know what the purpose of life is. You don't know what to fucking do with yourself. You don't know A through fucking Z. We need to be teaching these kids what's fucking right. We need to get them back to the fucking basics. We need to do what's fucking right, so then they can start learning what matters, and then we can start implementing that shit, so when they become adults and start running the world, they already have the knowledge and the know-how of what they need to do, and they start doing that shit and making shit happen, and make the world start becoming more livable, more easier to be a part of, more just all these things that we want to, so it's easier to be a part of the world. If we want to be a part of the world has to be attainable, it has to be acceptable, it has to be livable, it's got to be doable to an extent for all of us to want to partake in that shit. But we're not making it any fucking easier, and that's the problem. And again, if we're teaching our kids the wrong things, and they're going to run the world one day, what's going to happen when they learn all their destructive habits and take all those destructive habits when they run for president or all this shit, and they use those destructive habits in their place of power, and they use it against all the people of the fucking world? What the fuck do you think is gonna happen at that point? This is why I always say I'm more advanced than most people, because I'm always thinking way ahead, where I know most of you aren't even thinking of that shit. Or do you even give a fuck about that? You don't even give a fuck about it, let's face it. So that's why I always say I'm much more advanced than most people, because I'm just thinking of these things and talking about it, where nobody else even fucking bats an eye about it. But you know what I'm saying is the truth, and you know what I'm saying, if we don't fix this shit, we're just gonna go backward. Eventually, another dictator is gonna run the world, and dictators just enforce their power on everybody, and you know how that fucking goes. Do you want to deal with that shit? No, you don't want to fucking deal with that shit. So we need to get our head out of our fucking cocks and start putting our heads together and start figuring our fucking shit out, and just start making things happen the right fucking way before it's too fucking late. So again, take my advice and apply that shit. Don't take my advice, don't apply that shit, whatever, but you know what has to be done. So let's make fucking shit happen and start teaching kids the right way, whatever the fuck that means, and start implementing that shit, so we can go back to the basics, being more natural again, and bringing the fucking world back, to peace and prosperity and abundance and all that good shit. So you're fucking welcome for giving you guys the good advice that you needed for today, because that was so fucking needed. So give me a kiss. Say I love you. I love you too. Oh, good fucking bye.